Hi, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Boon of Wireless podcast, now part of Wirelo. Yes, Wirelo, revolutionizing the way businesses in the wireless industry connect, collaborate, and thrive. As a premier B2B marketplace, Wirelo's platform is designed to cater specifically to the needs of the wireless store vendors in America. Check them out at wirelo.com. I am your host, Jon Horovitz, coming to you as always high above the streets of northern New Jersey at NJ Media. So we mentioned at the beginning of this year on some of the podcasts, we're not going to have a guest, but we'll cover some of the breaking news in the wireless industry, discuss issues facing the MVNOs and wireless dealers, and talk about some upcoming events. But before I do that, Andrew, behind the glass, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing well, John.
It's good to see you again, and I know it's always good to be seen, right?
It is always good to be seen.
Okay, since I think we last talked, baseball season has started.
It has.
Who is your team, if you have one?
The Mets.
Okay, well, we're not going to spend too much time being that they're in the same division as my favorite team, which, if you know me, you know who they are. All right, Andrew, do you know what happened in our industry 53 years ago?
That I don't, John.
Well, let me tell you. On April 3rd, 1973, 53 years ago, Martin Cooper, also known as Uncle Marty, placed the first public call from a handheld portable cell phone while working at Motorola. He did that from a Manhattan sidewalk, and he called, this is pretty funny, he called Joel Engel, his competitor at Bell Labs, and famously said, and I quote, "Joel, I'm talking to you on a cellular phone, a cellular handheld portable phone, to demonstrate that mobile communication can be truly portable and not limited to your car phones." That 53 years ago, and I'm glad to report that Marty will be 98 years young later this year. And Marty, you are welcome anytime to come on to the podcast. Okay, so let's get started. It's hard to believe that the first quarter of 2026 has ended and is now behind us. And as you know, soon the big carriers and cable giants will be announcing their first quarter results. If history holds true, it should be another big gross and net add announcements for Comcast, Spectrum, and Cox Cable. Cox, who, by the way, will become part of Spectrum later in 2026. It's amazing. I wrote about this. I've talked about it. In the fourth quarter of 2025, big cable crossed the 20 million mark as far as total subscribers, and they accounted for 33% of the industry's net mobile additions. They, along with Altice, have only penetrated about 30% of their embedded broadband base, so there's a lot of growth there still to come. Now, those of you who are concerned about our three big carriers, they haven't pushed the panic button yet. While the four cable players have 20 million subscribers, Verizon is still the largest with about 147 million, followed by AT&T with 143 million customers, and fast-growing T-Mobile about 120 million. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, only about 10% of the U.S. wireless market subscribers are comprised of true MVNOs, not former MVNOs like Ultra, Mint, TracFone, Cricket, Metro by T-Mobile, and others that are now brands of AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon's retail groups, not wholesale where they used to be. And then you add in newcomer Total Wireless's 2,000 plus retail locations, and it's getting harder for these true MVNOs to compete. Does AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon charge their company-owned MVNOs a wholesale cost? I don't know, but I don't think so. As Joe Pianessa, good friend and editor of Best MVNO, said, who gets priority when onboarding an independent MVNO or one that they own themselves? And when the carrier owns the MVNO, it's almost impossible for the independent MVNO to win, mainly by saying, hey, we're cheaper, or hey, we've got international calling. Its pitch is much weaker than it used to be. But I, like Joe, see the glass as half full versus half empty. Let me tell you why. Entrepreneurs and visionaries that have, my favorite word, a differentiator and can effectively market to their target customer base can succeed as an MVNO, despite the perceived roadblocks put up by their carriers. Joe completed his article by stating that the way the market has moved, the days of plain vanilla standalone MVNOs may be numbered. The brands most at risk are the ones still trying to survive as little more than resellers of commodity access, hoping the network owner leaves enough margin on the table for themselves. The ones with the best odds to survive and even thrive will run lean, keep acquisition costs low, deliver excellent support, control a unique distribution channel, and attach wireless to a broader product, or build a service layer above the network that customers actually value. But the traditional model looks weaker every year. And unless regulators eventually force a more competitive wholesale environment, including better conditions for MVNOs trying to compete on a data-heavy offerings, the pressure to evolve will keep growing. But regulation is not a strategy. Neither is waiting around for a better wholesale deal. For many MVNOs, the future is not about becoming a better cheap phone plan seller. It's about becoming something more useful, more embedded, and harder to replace than a cheap phone plan. If you're looking to take a dip into the MVNO pool, ask yourself and the people around you, what larger product, service, or ecosystem can wireless strengthen? Okay, let's shift gears and talk about trade shows. Yes, it is trade show season again. We've already seen CES in Las Vegas and Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. The reports back from both shows was AI, 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 and 6G. No surprises there. And we have some terrific events coming up as well that hopefully are going to look into some other topics. In just 3 weeks, we'll be back in Miami for MVNO Nations Americas 2026. I'm chairing the first day and moderating a few panels. This is MVNO Nation's second event in the U.S., and they now have 3 annual conferences, Europe, South Africa, and here in the U.S., and are exploring both Asia and Latin America. This is a fantastic event that brings together all parts of the MVNO and carriers, as well as all the numerous support offered by MVNO aggregators, enablers, payment processors, and so on. MVNO Nation's mission is simple, yet ambitious: to bring the MVNO sector together regularly, spark meaningful conversations, share forward-thinking ideas, and tackle the challenges and opportunities shaping the future of the industry. And industry leader Peter Adderton, founder of Boost Mobile and MobileX, will be giving the keynote speech. If you haven't registered yet, please visit MVNOnation.com. I look forward to seeing a lot of you April 27th through the 29th in Miami. And following that, in May, we have a very important event right here in New Jersey. Come to Atlantic City for the Gadget Repair Expo. Industry veteran Brian Ahern continues to build momentum for the mobile phone repair industry, and this looks like to be his biggest show yet. The show runs from May 19th to the 20th, and they will tackle important issues like right to repair and also provide training, certifications, and educational sessions. Please visit GadgetRepairExpo.com to register and secure your spot. I hope to see all of you at the Hard Rock Casino in Atlantic City in May. And the granddaddy of them all, yes, once again, will be in Las Vegas in August for the All Wireless and Prepaid Expo. Since 2008, the All Wireless and Prepaid Expo has been the premier event for prepaid wireless and value-added services. When it comes to prepaid wireless, from MVNO hosting partners and back-end technology to top-up and retail distribution, no other event brings more prepaid providers together under one roof. The All Wireless and Prepaid Expo currently serves all companies in the wireless space and includes more players than ever from diverse industry sectors, including accessories, repair, technology, insurance, financing, software, and much, much more. On the retail front, last year's event brought in more retailers than ever, with 67% of attendees being wireless dealers, repair shops, and electronic retailers. Hey, Robin Tobias and her team have literally cracked the code on putting on the must-attend wireless event in North America. And who doesn't want to be in Las Vegas in mid-August to enjoy the beautiful weather? Come out August 18th and 19th to Caesars Palace for a truly outstanding event. Please visit allwirelessexpo.com. And yes, we'll be doing the Boon of Wireless podcast from this event and others. Okay, on the next episode of the Boon of Wireless podcast, we have a very special guest, Rich Ballett, CEO of Victra, which operates over 1,800 Verizon-branded retail outlets across all 50 states. Holding on to their position of Verizon's largest authorized retailer, Victra has also become a master dealer for Verizon's Total Wireless, and now with close to 400 locations. So, Be sure to join us on April 23rd for this insightful episode. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Let's all get after the second quarter and drive wireless sales and service. I know that Marty Cooper is smiling every time a wireless call is made. Let's continue to grow the business that the father of cell phones helped to create. Until then, thank you always for all your support. Please subscribe to the podcast. And as always, we'll see you next time. Do you want to be a guest on the Boon of Wireless podcast? Give us a call at 908-THE-BOON. Yes, 908-843-2666.